method. But if you remember from last time, that took us to a dead end, right? That didn't work. Now that doesn't mean you go to ding ding ding, not intro. Here's the tricky move that you need, which you guys will, I don't expect you guys to notice at all at this point. In time, like before the midterm, that far down the line. B or C. I don't expect you to know this again. I'm going to go up here. And Vincent, what's the main connected one? And. What is and true, Jordan? Both are true. So if I got both sides true, can I pull off B or C? Yeah, because each of the sides has to be true, right? You remember what rule that is that says I can break off either side of the and? Good, elim, and elim, if you guys look it up in your sheet, it says you can break off either side, right? So the only reason I do that, I check it, I get the blue, I get the green check, I go back down now to 3, and let's repeat that process. This is the advanced move. We'll come back to you, guys, since you weren't here last time. So Nikki, I start again, and let's do that. I go ding, which is or elim. Can I use or elim? Read what it says in your sheet. It says to use it, you need.
Only one above?
No. The or elim in the parentheses next to 1. What does it say? In order to apply or elim, what do you need? You need
We
or
wrote it
as the
above. Or
yeah above
the main
as the main connected, only above, right? So do you see it or above as the main connected?
Yes.
Yes, in.
2.
True, there it is. That's the only reason why I did that. Now that I have an or, I can use the rule or elim, which is your all-powerful rule for the midterm. Yeah, this ugly rule is actually the most powerful rule. Why that is, I'll explain later on. Okay. So anytime you choose a rule, that's when you flip it. The idea again is this is the sheet for how to solve, and then after that is a library to look up the rules. You're going to have access to this on the midterms. The question is, can you use it, right? So always flip, turn to it. So kaori, what is? Turn to or elim. Everyone turn to or elim. And if you notice, there's nothing, I didn't give you anything to write down, right?
Yes.
Last time I said I'll do it later. Here's the later. You guys ready? Yes. Okay, in that space, there's 3 questions and answers I'm going to give you. I'll explain it, but just write it down. So don't make your writing too big. So that space to the right, write the following. Q1 for question 1, or you can write question 1. Q1. Make sure you're at or elim. It's on the back of the first page at the bottom.
Right in there,
Yeah, so Q1 or question 1. What do I need? Yeah, or elim. Q1, what do I need?
Or as you may connect.
No. This is what you're writing down. I'm not asking you a question, I'm telling you what the question is. You don't have to answer it yet. Sorry. Yeah, that's a good try. So again, Q1, what do you need? Everyone good?
Yeah.
Answer or A, put A or answer. Answer 2 subproofs. Q1, what do I need? Answer 2 subproofs. Okay? Q2, what goes at the top of each subproof? Q2, what goes at the top of each subproof? Q2, what goes at the top of each subproof? Answer, or A, each of the sides of the or from above. Q2, what goes at the top of each subproof? Answer, or A, each of the sides of the or from above. You guys need that again?
Yes.
Okay, so Q2, what goes at the top of each subproof? Everyone got that, right? Okay. Answer, each of the sides of the or from above. Good? Need that one more time? Anyone? Okay. And then lastly, Q3. What goes at the bottom of each subgroup? Q3, Q3, what goes at the bottom of each subgroup? Answer, S. Q3, what goes at the bottom of each subgroup? Answer, capital letter S. It's S. Anyone need that again? We good? What am I doing with these questions and answers? I'll explain that a little bit later. Let's actually get to how this applies here. What you're doing through this question and answer process is actually setting up the form of the rule for or lim. Who's up to bat? Yeah, no, Kaori is up.
Okay.
So Kaori,
Yes.
if you look, so Q1, what's Q1?
What do I need
What do you need? Answer?
to subproof?
So everyone look up here. Here's how you construct subproofs. Watch carefully because when you get home over the weekend, this may cause you guys some grief. So make sure, again, you're going home, getting familiar with the program. The grief is part of the process. So you go to new subproof, it indents in. You gotta add a couple of steps after. You don't have to do this, but I do it just to extend it down to make it look like a subproof. Okay, here's the crucial thing. So after, the first crucial thing is make sure you start new subproof, okay? The next crucial thing is after you do that, you have to end subproof. As soon as you end, you notice how it brings you back out to the original line? And then after you end, the third thing, the third crucial thing to do is go back to proof and do new subproof again. That way you create 2 new subproofs and then add some steps after and that's it. I'm just adding steps after to extend it down to make it look like a subproof. I mean, extend it down to that, yeah. So that's how you create the 2 new subproofs. I'll do that again later on. If you didn't quite get that, that's all right. Okay, and then now Q2, Stephanie. Question 2.
Yeah. What goes at the top of each sub?
Answer?
Each of sides. Each of the sides from above.
No, not each of the sides, but each of the sides of the or from above.
Each of the sides of the or from the above.
Yeah, make sure you got that down. 'Cause you have to know where to look. So if you look at the rule sheet itself, what's at the top of each of the subproofs in the rule sheet? In the actual rule sheet, what's at the top of each of the subproofs?
Intro?
No. Each subproof, what's at the top of each one? For Ori Lim.
Oh.
Here's the rule sheet. Here are your 2 subproofs. What's at the top of each one?
Oh. P
And?
and S.
No, P
Oh,
and?
P and Q.
And that comes from above, the P or Q. This is your or above. Each of the sides of the or are right there. So in this case, Karen, what's my or?
P.
No, in this case, in the actual problem here. I chose Ori Lim, but where was it coming from? Where was the or?
Or B.
There you go. So B is one of the sides. And then
C.
C is the other side. And then now Q3. You want to play along, Kilione, or? You're cool? All right. All right. Melinda?
Yeah.
Q3?
Q3. What goes at the bottom of each subgroup?
Answer?
S.
Okay, how do you figure out what S is? So we'll look back to the rule sheet. You always identify the S by where your Ori Lim is at. So your Ori Lim, it's not necessarily at the bottom. In this case, it happens to be, but in general, you have to look at where your Ori Lim is at, and then it'll tell you what your S is. S stands for any sentence whatsoever. So in this case, what's my S?
A.
No, there's the Ori Lim. What's the S?
C.
No. Keep going.
B.
No.
There's no. Line 12. 9. Oh, shit, it's 12.
Line 9. There's your Ori Lim. That whole thing is your S. A, B, or A and C. Everyone makes that mistake, that's fine. So that's how you identify the Ori Lim. The S stands for just whatever the sentence is. However complex,
Okay.
long, short, you don't know, right? So Maria,
I'm totally completely lost.
that's okay. Q3 says,
What goes at the bottom of each subgroup?
the answer was again,
S.
this is your S, so what goes at 5?
That stays there.
Which is?
A and
There you go.
or-
And then what goes at the bottom of 8?
Oh, S.
There you go, which is?
A and.
There you go, that thing. Okay, so that's, yeah,
So on the S on the sheet, does that mean
any
P
sentence,
or
whatever it is.
Q?
No, you don't know what S is. S is
Oh.
identified by wherever the or lim is at.
Okay.
Yeah, S just stands for sentence in the abstract. You don't know what it's gonna be, it'll vary. Okay, Rachel, if you look at the sheet itself, there's three things highlighted or boxed. What's the first thing boxed in the sheet?
In the example.
In the sheet itself.
P or Q.
There you go. In this case, what's my P or Q?
B and C.
B or C, right? And then what's the second thing boxed?
The two,
The first
oh, okay, the first group. and then
subgroup, which is?
Subgroup B,
In this case, what? What numbers?
3, 4, 5.
3, 4, 5. So I click on this anywhere up here and it gives me the whole subgroup. And the last thing boxed or highlighted?
It's gonna be the second subgroup.
Second subgroup. And if you notice, it does that when you click up here. Hey. And oh, there we go. It goes 2, 3 through 5, 6-8, indicating the whole subgroups. These things will change as we expand it out. That's the logic. I check it, I'm good. Anytime you get the check, then and only then can you continue on. So we've reduced our problem down to solving 3 through 5 and 6 through 8. We've got to do each of them anyway, so it doesn't matter where we start. So I'm just going to move up to 8. Anytime you move your pointer up, you have to restart that whole process that I gave you, the ding and all the rest. So here's another. You guys remember back in the day, I don't know if they still do this, it's in like cartoons and whatnot. You guys remember Joe Piscopo, Saturday Night Live? No, oh, some of you, great. Remember he gets punched and he makes that noise? Yeah, that's like he's being discombobulated, right? So likewise, you can think with the machine, if it's not working, you whack it, and it reboots, it restarts, right? So I'm gonna use that as a mnemonic to help you guys out. So here we go, Cody, anytime I move the pointer out, you restart. Ding! Which is? Which is? No? Or, there you go, or elim. So look, everyone, turn back to the first page. You try or elim. The question is, can you use it? What does it say? In order to use it, you need a, as the, where? As the main connected, but where? Only above. So you never look at the line you're at. If you look at 8 and you say, oh, I got an or, I can use or elim, you're dead in the water. So you have to learn how to apply this. That's what I mean when I said before, you have to know if the thing is applicable or not, right? How do I know if I can use it? What's the rule for access, Aaron? Up to the left. So at 8, I got access to? Phew, fall through. Remember that analogy I used? Go up, 2 and 1. Is there an or there as the main connective? In 7, 6, phew, 2 and 1. In 2, but you got to remember, so strictly speaking, even though you have an or there, you could choose or elim again. But if you remember from down here, we're already using it to set up this whole thing, right? So if you repeat that by doing it again, you're gonna have to set this whole thing up all over again. It's like a bad dream. You guys remember Groundhog's Day? It just repeats all over. That's not gonna help you out. So here's the idea. If you don't see a new or that you haven't used, then or elim is out, in which case you're on to? Ding ding! No, what's number 2? So guys, again, the reason I don't do it with the guys, if I say ladies, your number 1 guy, it's nice, but I try it with guys, it gets pretty seedy pretty fast. So let's just leave that alone. So guys, you can think of your own number 1 and number 2. I don't care. Keep that in your own minds. So ding ding is what, Ben?
If you have, sorry.
Look at 2. Where's 2? 1 star.
Backwards step.
There you go. Backwards method. So step 1 says?
Look at the sub goal.
What does that mean?
Look at where your pointer is.
Good. Where's your pointer at?
9 and 8.
So only for the backwards method. For or elim, you do not look at the line you're at, only above. But for the backwards method, you actually look at the line that you're at. Okay? And then keep reading.
And identify the main method.
And what's the main connector, Rachel? Or. And then step 2 says? Stop. What intro? Because it builds one step on the other. What intro? What did you just guess? What did you identify as the main connector?
Or.
So what intro are you guessing?
Or intro.
There you go. Or intro. Keep reading on. Alexia? And then? What does that mean? Yes, everyone! I should hear the flip the damn page. Flip it. And what does it say? Somewhere above. What are my sides, Rita? One of the sides is A and B. What's the other side? Okay, you can guess either side up above, but one of them will work out, one of them overall will not. Even if you guess either, I mean, one of them, so take a look above. Where do you think, which side do you think will work out? Which side connects up, you think? A and B or A and C? Because we got a C up there, right? So that's a good guess. That's where you start looking ahead. We're not quite there yet, but I'm just sort of giving you a heads up. So I put A and C. I go back down to A. To get this to check out, the last thing you always have to do is do the boxing. So Jonathan, if you look at OR intro, what's boxed or highlighted? Because we have OR intro right here, so what's highlighted according to the rule sheet? No. OR intro.
Oh. You need one of the sides.
The P, right? One of the sides. So what's my P in this case? What's the one of the sides I guessed above? No. No.
Oh, and.
Yeah. So say it all together.
A and C.
A and C. That's one of the sides matching that, right?
Yeah.
And that, if you know A and C is true, then A and C or whatever is true. You verify that, you're good. Anytime you move up, what happens, Sherry? It's all right, everyone. This is brand new for everyone. And we're gonna have a lot of practice with this for the rest of the semester. This is your first pass of income. What does that mean? Like your brain ain't working, right? You're studying proofs, you ain't getting it. You take a break, you come back, you reset. Ding. So anytime you move your pointer up, reset, go back to the first page, and try it out. What's ding? Ding. Which is or elim, right? So the question is, can you use or elim? What does it say? You need.
And or only above as me.
Okay, so what numbers do I have access to, Brian? Remember the rule is above and above and above and
Beyonce, dude.
to the left. So I'm at 7. I have access to 6. All to the left. 2, 1. Do you see an or there as the main connective in 6, 2, or 1? Or is the main connective in 6, 2, or 1? 6 is or? 6 is just C. 2 is or, but you're already using that, Colin, so what are you going to try next? So or elim is out because this is already in play. You don't have any. Good. Ding ding, backwards method. Step 1.
Look at where your pointer is.
Look at where your pointer is good. And
And then, guess intro.
oh, before you do that, you got to first look at your pointer and identify
Oh, the main connected.
which is
And.
and then Kyle, you guess step 2. And intro, and then what does it say? Read on. And fill in what the rule requires. When you flip the page. So flip the page, Vincent. What does and intro say?
One of the sides of the,
You need the ingredients above, right? You're not looking, yeah. Make sure you got the right one.
ingredients above to make the recipe.
With Reese's.
Reese's peanut butter.
Yeah, not the recipe, but if you know what it means, that's all that matters. What are your ingredients?
A and C.
Okay, do you see one of the sides above, Jordan?
Yeah.
Yeah, so what do you also need? The A, the other ingredient. So let's type that in. I go back down to A, and what do I have to actually highlight to get this to check out? You want to take a shot? Okay. Look at and intro in the sheet. What are the 2 things boxed? The P and Q. What are my P and Q in this case? My 2 ingredients.
A and C.
A and C. And you're good. Verify, you got the check. Okay, now, anytime you get the check, what do, Nikki? You move it, you move your pointer up, and anytime you move your pointer up, what happens? Anyone? Right? Reset, you go back to the first page, so everyone go back to the first page, and you repeat that process, ding, which is?
Look at the goals. Oh, first this number
Yeah,
one.
Nikki, what's ding? Or elim. Okay, the question is, can you use it, Cardi? In order to use or elim, what do you need? Look at the sheet. You need or as the main connective. No, look at first page. All in the first page so far. You need or
You need or only above.
as the main connective. So again, to know if you can apply it, what do I have access to in 7?
Huh? That was
Six.
Six.
Fall to the left, 2 and 1. Do you see or there? That's the main connective. That's what I mean by above. 6, we're at 7, so above is 6, fall to the left, 2 and 1. Do you see or is the main connective? At what number?
Well.
2,
Oh,
but
two.
we're already using that, so that's out. So Stephanie, what are we trying next? Or limb is out, so you're on 2.
Oh,
Ding ding.
2. So
Which
back.
is backwards method, that
backward.
whole thing. Step 1 says,
Look at the goal, sub-goal to step, and identify the main.
is there a main
connector.
connective here?
No.
No, okay, this is something new. Write this in your sheets, everyone. Next to step 1, on the side, next to step 1 in parentheses on the side. You guys ready? Write in parentheses, if there's no main connective, skip to step 4. If there's no main connective, skip to step 4. Okay? So Carrie, step 4, what does it say? Anyone need that again? Nope, okay. Carrie, step 4?
Look at your assumptions above, then work top down, go to your simple cases.
Yeah, all that
and
is blah,
guess,
blah, blah. All
then
step
roll.
4 basically says is this. This is my symbol. It just means work top down, okay? So top down, if you read the thing in the parentheses, it says yes,
Guess guess
some
elim rule.
rule. You don't know what. So this is where you gotta look above. What do you have access to at 7, Carrie?
7, I have 6, 2, and 1.
6, 2, and 1. Do you see, what are you after?
A battery for my phone.
You're after? There's nothing wrong with the thing right here.
For the A,
You're looking for the A, so you have to look at 6, 2, and 1. Do you see A anywhere,
just the
Melinda?
1.
Okay, good. Melinda, you have it in?
1.
1. What's the main connector for 1?
And
When is and true?
1. Both sides are true.
So does it have to follow that A will follow?
Yeah.
Yes, because both sides have to be true. I'm working top down, Maria, so I'm guessing some kind of. Top down says what in your page 1? Top down, you're guessing some kind of elim. And what's the main connector for 1? And what, when you look it up, Rachel, what does and elim say? Anytime you have a rule down, you always have to look it up, verify. And elim says in your sheet.
Oh. What do I need? Oh.
Nope.
No. You have to. Yeah, you can break off either side.
Does that fit the pattern?
Yeah.
Yep, so you're good. All right, let's continue on. We're almost there. I know this is hard. That's all right. You just keep with it. Cody, I moved my pointer up. Anytime you move your pointer up, what happens? I ding, which is
No, behind different,
good. Or elim. Can you use or elim? Is the question.
Yeah.
Yes. Where? Where's your or above? Is it making it?
It's under that one.
Number 2, right? But do you want to use it again? You do not, because it's already in play, right? So no new or. You always go through that process because sometimes ors pop up, but there's nothing new here, so that's out. So then you're on to what, Aaron? Ding ding. It's number 2. No, that whole backwards method is number 2. So step 1 says? No. Step 1. In the whole backwards method, number 2. So where are you looking? At what number? Yeah, where your pointer's at. What's the main connective? 4. And Ben, step 2?
And guess intro.
Stop. What intro? What did you just
Or-
identify as
or
good? Or intro. And what happens anytime you guess a rule, Rachel? Oh, you were here. Alexia, what happens anytime you guess a rule?
Flip.
Flip. Good. You flip 2? Yeah, the page continue.
Oh.
Or intro. What does or intro say?
You need one of the sides of the or somewhere.
Good. And Rachel, what are your sides here? And? Which one do you think will work out overall? You can guess either one and you'll get an immediate check there, but it will not work out in the larger scheme of things. So which one do you think connects up? Good, because it's got a B here, right? So that's the good guess. I put A and B. I go back down to 5 and Rita, how do I get this to check out? What's highlighted for intro? Yeah, at 5 for or intro, what's highlighted? So look at or intro in the sheet. What's boxed? P, what's my P? What's one of your sides? Good, A and B. I get that to check. Anytime I get the check, what do I do, Jonathan?
Or move on up.
You move up, and anytime you move up, what happens?
Reset.
Ding! So everyone turn back to the first page. This is mechanical. It starts off mechanical. That's okay. And then, Joshua. I forgot Joshua. You get a couple rounds here. Lucky you.
Go back to one.
One ding or elim. Is that an option?
Yes. No.
Yes,
Yes,
but
it
no.
is.
Right. Yes, but no because it's already in place. And then you're on to
You're on
Ding,
to
ding.
two, which is backwards method.
good. And step one says.
Look at your pointer and identify the main connector.
And what's the main connective here?
And
And then you guess.
intro.
Good. And intro. And anytime you guess a rule, Sharon, what do you do? It's coming around. You guys got to anticipate. That's all right. What do you do? What does this mean? Yes, there you go. So you flip to and intro. What does it say?
Need the ingredients.
And what are your ingredients? Sorry, this is as big as I can make it without it being lost. Yeah, A and B. Do I have one of the ingredients above? Yes, what do you need previously? What's the other ingredient you need? A, so I put that in, and then I go back down, and what are my, what's highlighted, Brian? If you look at and intro on the sheet, what's highlighted are the two ingredients. What are the two ingredients? The two ingredients are?
A and B.
A and B, you highlight those two. That's your P and Q in the rule sheet. And then now, anytime you get the check, what do you do, Colin?
Reset.
Move up, reset, ding! Is that an option? Or elim?
Yeah.
No, because again, this is still the only or, it's already in place. So then you're on to
Backwards.
ding ding, backwards method. Is there a main connective here?
No.
No, so what happens when there's no main connective, Kyle? There you go, step 4 means you're working. Here. Top down. Top down means you're guessing some kind of elim rule. So where do you see the A, Vincent? Number 1, what's the main connective? And since you're working top down, you're guessing some kind of elim. Good. So what elim for everyone? And elim. And then if you look it up, what does it say, Jordan?
For an amulet,
Yeah.
you can break off either side of the hand.
Does that fit the pattern?
Yes.
Yep. Welcome to your first proof. For real. Oh, fun
So
times.
it's basically just
My video
expanding
keeps
the
going
gradient.
out.
Moving.
kinda like that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Like if you,
The
for those,
full.
as I said before, those who
You
took
have
high school
more,
geometry, this is the backbone for how geometry works.
Oh,
Except it's
full,
without
yeah,
the,
yeah.
you know, angle side
You have
angle.
to
It's
delete-
all
delete
logic
it.
form of how things.
Yeah, I delete that whole.
Yeah, so did
Because
I.
of
Okay, there you go. Take your picture very carefully. Go home and practice. Yeah, save it as proof.
No,
Proof.
my phone kept on cutting out.
6.5. There you go. Yeah, you got it this time, right?